Good evening, I'm Laura Lee.
And I'm Dan Wolf. Thanks for joining us. President Trump delivers his second State of the Union address tomorrow, and northern Minnesota's congressman is raising eyebrows with a guest he's bringing to the speech.
Youtuber Nick Shirley will join Rep. Pete Stauber in the House chamber.
As you probably remember, Shirley went viral in December as he documented his tour around the Minneapolis area, visiting child care centers suspected of possible fraud. Stauber is also bringing David Hoch, another independent investigative journalist who Stauber says helped put national attention on alleged fraud in Minnesota, as some of the centers featured in Shirley's videos have denied the allegations.
In a statement today, Stauber wrote, "By revealing stunning levels of obvious fraud to the American people, Nick and David did more work and showed more transparency than the Minnesota Department of Human Services." Meanwhile, Minnesota's U.S. Senator Tina Smith announced she's boycotting tomorrow's State of the Union. Instead, the Democrat plans to attend the People's State of the Union put on by an organization called Move On tomorrow night at the National Mall. She's going to be bringing a guest as well. It's Fridley School's Superintendent Brendan Lewis, who recently spoke about immigration enforcement in Minnesota and its impact on students and families. As for other Minnesota and Wisconsin lawmakers, Senator Amy Klobuchar is bringing a brewer from Moorhead impacted by the recent tariffs. Wisconsin U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin is bringing a Southwest Wisconsin resident impacted by Medicaid cuts. Meantime, Northwest Wisconsin Congressman Tom Tiffany is bringing his wife. We're still working to learn who Wisconsin U.S. Senator Ron Johnson might be bringing.